I kept these private thoughts locked away, but they're overflowing now, and I need you to hear them. There are things I've hidden even from myself, yet sharing them with you feels like the only way forward. I have private things to confess, things that might scare me to say aloud. Yet I trust you enough. I've carried these secrets quietly for so long that speaking them feels like stepping into sunlight after years of darkness. There are confessions that feel too fragile to share, but I've realized silence has been breaking me instead. I need to confess parts of me I've never shown anyone, hoping you'll see the heart behind them. I've hidden my truths behind smiles and laughter, but now I can't stop myself from revealing them to you. I have private things to confess, truths that could change everything, yet staying silent feels worse than risk. Some parts of me are delicate, broken, and raw, but I want you to meet them anyway. I've carried these confessions like unspoken prayers, and now they need a voice, and that voice is you. I need to share something I've never said aloud, not for judgment, but for connection with your heart. I've kept my past, my fears, and my dreams private, but I feel you deserve to know them all. There are truths I've hidden, thinking they might drive you away, yet the thought of hiding them feels unbearable. I have private things to confess, and the weight of keeping them has grown too heavy to bear alone. I've buried these confessions in the quiet corners of my mind, and now they're ready to step into the light. I need to reveal parts of my soul I'd never dared to show, trusting you with my fragile truth. I've hidden these private thoughts behind courage, but now I realize honesty will set both of us free. I have things to confess. Some are small, some are big, all of them meant to be shared with you. I've carried secrets like a shadow over my heart, and only speaking them can bring warmth back to it. I need to tell you things that feel like delicate threads, hoping they weave a stronger bond between us. I've hidden these truths because I feared rejection, yet I now know vulnerability is the bridge to closeness. I have private things to confess, and saying them feels like letting sunlight into a dark, forgotten room. I've kept confessions in the silence, but they've grown loud, demanding to be heard by you. There are private things I've never shared because I thought no one could understand, but you might. I need to reveal my truths, not for sympathy, but for the honesty that binds hearts together. I've carried these confessions like delicate glass, fragile yet precious, and now I trust you with them. I have private things to confess, things that have shaped me quietly, unseen, but they belong with you now. Some truths have lingered in shadows, and I've realized sharing them with you is the only way to breathe. I've hidden my fears, my regrets, and my dreams, and now I feel safe enough to let you see them. I need to confess things I've never voiced aloud, hoping you'll hear the heart behind every word. I have private things to confess. Some might surprise you, but they're all part of who I am. I've carried these secrets for too long, and the weight has grown unbearable. I need you to know them. There are truths I've avoided, fearing they'd push you away, but I realize silence has already done that. I need to tell you private things, not for approval, but to finally live in honesty with myself and you. I've kept confessions locked away, thinking they were mine alone. Yet now I realize they belong with you too. I have private things to confess, and sharing them feels like letting my heart speak for the first time. I've hidden parts of myself, thinking they were unlovable, but with you, I feel they can finally exist. There are truths I've carried quietly, waiting for the right moment, and now the moment is you. I need to confess something deeply personal, something that will reveal the raw, unmasked side of me. I've kept secrets that have weighed on my soul, and today I feel ready to share them with you. I have private things to confess. Some are messy, some are painful, but all are undeniably me. I've carried confessions like a quiet storm, and speaking them aloud is the only way to find peace. There are things I've read, and now they're yours. I need to reveal private truths that have lingered in silence, hoping honesty will strengthen what we have. I've hidden my fears and dreams alike, but now I trust you enough to let them breathe openly. I have private things to confess, and saying them aloud feels like stepping out of shadows into sunlight. I've carried these confessions quietly, waiting for someone patient enough to hear them, and I see that in you. I have private things to confess, truths I've hidden, thinking they were too messy for anyone to understand. I've carried these confessions quietly, hoping one day the right moment would come, and now that moment is you. There are pieces of me I've never shown anyone, fragile fragments that only you deserve to see. I've kept secrets that weigh on my soul, and revealing them to you feels like letting air into a locked room. I have private things to confess. They're raw, real, and unpolished, but I trust you to hold them gently. I've hidden my fears, my regrets, and even my joys, fearing they might push you away. But I can't anymore. Some truths have lived in shadows inside me, but I feel they deserve light, and that light is you. I need to share what I've never shared. Not for approval, but because honesty is all I have left to give. Carrying confessions like quiet storms, waiting for someone patient enough to hear their thunder. And that's you. I have private things to confess. Parts of me I've locked away, hoping someone would understand someday. I've hidden these truths behind laughter and smiles, but my heart insists they be spoken to you. There are confessions I've avoided for fear of breaking, yet keeping them silent has already left cracks in me. I need to tell you things that make me vulnerable, but I trust your heart will cradle them with care. I've carried secrets that linger quietly, waiting for the moment they can finally be shared with someone who matters. I have private things to confess, and saying them feels like stepping out of darkness into warmth and light. I've hidden parts of myself that are fragile and raw, yet I believe you are ready to meet them. There are truths I've buried, thinking they were mine alone, but now I know they belong with you too. Need to confess things that have shaped me silently, hoping they will bring us closer instead of fear. I have private things to confess. Some may surprise you, some may challenge you, but all are a part of me. I've kept secrets too long, and the weight of silence has grown heavier than any fear of judgment. There are pieces of my heart I've never shown anyone, and I want you to hold them as they are. I need to reveal private thoughts that have lingered like whispers, waiting for someone to listen carefully. I've hidden confessions in the corners of my mind, and now I want them to exist between us. I have private things to confess, truths that are delicate, powerful, and deeply mine. I've carried these secrets quietly, fearing judgment, yet I feel honesty is the only bridge to connection. I've avoided because I thought they might push you away, but science has already done that. I need to tell you things I've never told anyone, hoping they will bring understanding rather than fear. I've hidden parts of my soul, fragile yet alive, waiting for someone patient enough to truly see them. I have private things to confess, and speaking them aloud feels like finally breathing after holding my breath for years. I've carried confessions that have lingered like shadows, and I've been ready to let them meet your light. There are truths I've kept from everyone, thinking they were too heavy, yet now I know they belong with you. I need to reveal things I'd never voiced, not for relief, but so my heart can finally be free. I've hidden my fears, my hopes, and my deepest thoughts, but I trust you enough to let them see daylight. Carried secrets quietly, but now I realize that honesty, though scary, is the only way to connect truly. There are parts of me I've kept hidden, delicate as glass, but I feel safe. I need to confess truths that have lived in silence, hoping they will bring depth to our bond instead of fear. I've kept confessions for so long that telling them feels like stepping into sunlight after years in shadow. I have private things to confess. Some are messy, some are beautiful, all of them are me. I've carried these confessions like quiet rivers, and now they need to flow to someone who will truly listen. There are truths I've avoided because they scared me. Yet I realize hiding them has already hurt more than speaking. I need to share private thoughts I've never spoken aloud. trusting your heart to cradle them gently. I've hidden parts of myself I thought were unworthy, but with you, I feel they finally belong somewhere. Have private things to confess, and saying them feels like opening a door I've kept locked for too long. I have some private things to confess to you. Things I've never shared with anyone because I feared you would understand. There is a part of me I hide, even from myself, and today I feel I must reveal it to you. I have some private things to confess, and admitting them makes me feel both vulnerable and alive at the same time. I've held back pieces of my soul from everyone, but with you, I feel I can finally be complete. This confession isn't easy, but the thought of keeping it buried any longer scares me more than your reaction ever could. I have some private things to confess to you, secrets that might change the way you see me forever. Every time I've tried to tell you, fear stopped me, but now silence feels heavier than truth ever could. There's a side of me I've hidden behind smiles and laughter, and today I need you to meet it. I've kept these confessions locked in my chest, but I realize they're meant to be shared with you alone. I'm about to tell you something deeply personal, and I hope you listen without judgment, with only the heart. I've hidden parts of my past that I thought would scare you away, but my soul insists I reveal them. I have secrets that whisper at night, and I can't sleep until I confess them to you. Some truths I've carried feel like shadows in my mind, but I trust you enough to bring them to light. I've buried emotions and thoughts that even I barely understand, and today, I need your presence to make sense of them. I need to confess things I've never admitted, not because I want pity, but because I want honesty between us. These are private things, delicate as glass, yet I trust you enough to let them fall into your hands. I've hidden these confessions in the corners of my heart, but they've grown too loud to ignore. I have things to confess that feel like storms inside me, and only speaking them aloud will calm the chaos. There is a truth I've avoided, fearing it might push you away, but holding it back hurts more than the risk. I need to share with you something private, something that may redefine the way we see each other. I've been silent for too long, hiding parts of myself I didn't think were lovable, but now I have to speak. I have private thoughts I've guarded like treasures, and now I realize you deserve to see them. There are things I've hidden behind walls of courage, and it's time to let you in. I have some private things to confess, things that might make you pause, but I hope they make you understand me more. I've carried secrets that weigh heavier than stone, and I finally need to share them with you. Some truths are fragile, and sharing them requires trust. I'm ready to take that step with you. I've been keeping these sessions like locked diaries, but I feel you are the one I can trust with them. I have secrets that even I fear to face, yet here I am, choosing honesty over fear. I've hidden pieces of myself, thinking no one could accept them. But with you, I feel safe. I need to confess private thoughts that have shaped my nights and dreams, hoping you'll listen patiently. I've carried hidden truths that have haunted me quietly, and it's time they meet the light. I have private things to confess, and in doing so, I hope we reach a deeper understanding. Some secrets have no voice, only shadows, but today I want them to speak through me to you. Something personal, not to scare or push away, but to let us be closer than ever. I've hidden these private truths behind laughter and smiles, but my heart insists they come to light. I have secrets that feel like sparks in the dark, waiting to ignite a deeper connection with you. I've carried private things like a weight I couldn't share, until I realized you might carry it with me. Some confessions are like rivers, they can't stay blocked forever, and today I need you to see mine. I've kept these private thoughts safe, fearing judgment, but I now know honesty is the only path forward. I need to tell you things I've never told anyone. Not for forgiveness, but for truth's sake. I have private things to confess, small and large, delicate and heavy, all of them meant for you. I've hidden my fears, my dreams, and my regrets, but I realize you deserve the unasked truth. I've been silent about things that matter most, but your presence gives the courage to finally speak.